So this is the beer side. And let me just give you a quick rundown. When people come in, they'll come in here to brew beer. The first thing they do is select a recipe. So we have about 80 different recipes for beer, 2 full books, okay? We have everything from the lightest light to the darkest dark, everything you want. What you do is you pick out a recipe and you pop it out of the book. And then it'll list all of the ingredients that you need to make that beer. It'll list the grains, the extracts, the hops, the yeast, pretty much everything to create that particular beer. So you take the recipe, come on over here, and you start weighing up your ingredients. And you have and these things smell wonderful too. If you're into smells and things, you're in all the different malts. These are mostly barley. We also have some oats for oatmeal in here. And we have some wheat malt in here also. This is mostly malted grains, and you just weigh up all the different various grains that you need. You also weigh up some hops. There's a refrigerator over here full of hops. We have a wide assortment of hops grown, some of them from the UK, some of them from Germany, some are Pacific Northwest, basically all the major wine or beer producing areas. Draft out some of your malt extracts over here. And then you come on over here to brew some beer. And when you brew your beer, these kettles hold 26 gallons. You're going to make about 15 gallons of beer in a batch. And you're going to be here about 2 hours brewing a batch of beer. It takes about 2 hours from the start to finish. So by the time you pick out a recipe, by the time you walk out the door, you got to allow about 2 hours. So after the beer is brewed, we transfer the beer down here. And it comes out through a hop filter or heat exchanger and into one of these plastic fermenters here. And at that point, the beer is moved to a fermentation room in the back. It spends 7 days in the fermentation room. It spends 7 days in the cold room. It's cold filtered, carbonated, and then we bring the beer back out to you. You come back 2 weeks later. We hook this bottle filling station up, and you fill your bottles of beer. Okay. Individually, you fill each bottle, you cap it off, and then you put your own personalized labels on. And you can see some of these, some of the labels that people do. This is one of my favorites here.
I like the basket.
Yeah. Oh, the Basset Ale, yeah. Surprisingly enough, Robin, animals on labels are huge. People love to put the pictures of their pets on labels. It doesn't look like it here, but
I do that when I'm looking at beer or wine that I'm not familiar with.
Yeah.
If I see a picture of a dog on it or whatever, then I'm like old brown dog or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, yeah, let me try that.
You can try that one. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. But so basically that's it as far as the brewing the beer. Brewing, bottling, everything's done right out here. We have bottle washers over here, so people can bring their bottles back, or they come back, wash their bottles. They have a place over here you can grind their grains. And
so you have like parties and stuff come and do it? Or?
Yep, we have a lot of people, just individuals coming in and brewing their own batch of beer. For some people, we're the sole source of their brew. They don't buy any commercial beer anymore. They simply brew their own. We have groups that come in. We have guys after work or work groups together, team building, that type of thing. We've done a lot of that. We have a lot of bachelor parties, Super Bowl beers, any type of event that's coming up, people do. Father's Day is huge for us. A lot of people buying Father's Day gift certificates. So that, obviously that is a great gift for Dad. So yeah, we have a lot of that kind of thing going on.
How much does it cost to do like a typical run?
A typical batch of beer is about $115 to maybe $140 per batch, but it makes 72 22-ounce bottles. Okay, so if you do the math on the whole thing, it actually comes out to about, we recently did the study, it comes out to about 38% less than if you bought a comparable microbrewed beer at the store. Yep.
No middleman.
No middleman, right? You cut out everybody in the middle. Cut out the middleman. Or woman, the middle woman. That's right. So yeah, so that's some great savings for them. And it's the freshest beer that you're going to find any place. It's the freshest beer in New Hampshire. It's no preservatives, no artificial ingredients. Everything goes into it. You put into it, so you know what's there. It's pure, fresh beer.
How long have you guys been here?
1995. We started in 1995. In fact, we started in 1995. We started in this room doing the beer, the wine, and the soda. And everything was done in here. And as we grew, everything became more and more congested. So we had to move the wine into its own separate room in 2004. We obtained a winery license at that point. And we quickly ran out of space for the wine, and we moved the wine over into its own area, changed the wine area into a root beer area, and then we were able to separate all three of the main components, but still have them all attached so that we can free flow back and forth. And it's really kind of nice because we get, some people were, when we first did that, they said, oh, you're just trying to separate the wine people from the beer people, and because the wine people don't want to be with the beer, that type of thing. But it actually works out great because there's a lot of interaction between the two. Like I said, the guys brewing a beer and they want to go over and grab a bottle of wine for their wives at night, or they got some friends coming over, or the people on the wine side might drift on over here and start talking to the beer people and at the bottling table and try some of their beer and get interested in it. So there's a lot of interaction. We have a lot of, and then of course in both sides we have the parents who have the kids and say, oh, we need to bring little Caitlin in and we want to make her some soda. So we do that type of thing too. So there's all three of the elements of the business are important to it. It's more of a try to have more of a family type of feel to it as opposed to just a bunch of guys sitting around hanging over a bar watching the sports.
So you just do root beer, you don't do other kinds of stuff?
We do root beer, sarsaparilla, birch beer, orange cream, and black cherry. Yeah.